All right, welcome to the stream. It is Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. 5:39 p.m. is the time. It's almost 5:40. My brain almost said the wrong time. And we're going to get started in just a minute. Of course, you're going to be working. Okay, that's good. My game capture is working. We're not starting with things breaking. That's always a good place to be in life. So today, we're on Vatsim again. I'm a little nervous. There's no one here at Pontiac, which I guess is kind of a good thing. That means that we can self-dispatch out of here and do all that fun stuff. Today, we're in an IFL Group 727, specifically the 727 Super. So we've got a bigger engine. Well, actually, we've got two engines that are bigger, and then the middle engine, engine number 2. Engine number 2 is actually different to the other two tail engines. So you do have to be careful when you're flying this. But yeah, so this is my second flight on Vatsim. Perhaps taking the 727 out is a big mistake, but I'm confident enough that I can make it work. So welcome in. We're going to get started in just a second. We are going to be heading to an airport. What airport are we heading to? Mateo, you thought you would have written this stuff down. Well, no, I don't write this stuff down because I'm not that intelligent. We are heading from Pontiac, Michigan, down to the Waterloo Regional Airport, which is CYKF. And from there, we're going to get loaded with cargo and then head down to Laredo. So kind of a traditional IFL Group flight. Actually, IFL Group goes to London. They don't go to Waterloo. It's a different airport. But yeah, that's what it's going to look like tonight. We're going to have some ATC coverage in Waterloo. It looked like they had a ground and tower controller last time I checked on the Vatsim radar. They had a ground controller as well as a tower controller. Let's see if they still do. Do they still have one? No, they have a tower controller now. Okay, they have a tower controller over in Waterloo. So that will be kind of interesting. But yes, all right. Let's get this show on the road. We need to get fueled up. We are not going to be hauling cargo for this first trip. We're just going to be going empty, and then from Waterloo, we'll get loaded and then fly down to Laredo. So it's going to be a little bit of a fun night. Right. I got to figure out. Let's see. How do I get this thing started? Yeah, so today we're going to be flying with the Steam instruments. We could, if we wanted to, because we're in the Super, we could actually fly with the electronic flight instruments. But I'm not going to. I don't like this autopilot system. I don't know. I don't know how to tame it. This autopilot system, sometimes it wants to do its own thing. So yeah, we're just going to be flying with the old school instruments today. Old school autopilot system. It's going to be a great time. All right, so I need to get... Let's get that going. Oh, shoot. Well, that's... Oh, no. No, I know why it's doing this. There we go. Okay. Wait a minute. Did I... Are we fine? Hopefully we're fine. Because I might have to restart. I went into slew mode. Okay, no, we're fine. Yep, no, we're fine. I was going to say I went into slew mode, and sometimes the 727, it's like sometimes it doesn't load in properly. And when it doesn't load in properly, you can usually tell because all of this is blank, and then this says 000. All of these literally just say 000, and then that means that the aircraft's not working out properly. All right. Well, anyways, everything's working out fine. Let's get all the lights on and everything. Get the floodlights on. Actually, I don't even need the floodlights on. Lights can go on. Logo lights can go on. Overhead lights can go on. Right panel lights can go on. Emergency lights, as well as the anti-skid system. And that is it for that. One thing I always forget, I need to get the master switches on. Let's turn that on. And 124.8. What is the Unicom frequency? NY Center's 125.325, but I don't think that they are What is Unicom? Let me double check. Unicom. Unicom is 122.8. Let me just tune to this real quick. Is that 122.8? I hope that that's tuning to that. 122.8. Okay. All right, cool. Is there a way for me to keep this from going behind everything? I want to keep my Vatsim, the V-Pilot. I want to keep the V-Pilot up so that I can see it. And then that way when I click stuff, it doesn't like go, you know, adios. All right, let's get the fuel truck here. Press refueling, and while they are refueling, we will get the little FMC programmed.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
All right, I want to grab this. All right. That's going to do its thing. Let's get that aligned. We have a warning switch. Why is the... Oh, I know why. I know why you're blinking. You're blinking because I never switched you over to ground power. There we go. We'll switch you over to ground power. Everything else is fine for right now. How long is it going to take the fuel truck to arrive?
It is in position.
Okay.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Sometimes I gotta wait a second because Vatsim, or sorry, not Vatsim, Beyond ATC, not Beyond ATC, GSX likes to be a little slow. Are you loading? You're not loading. It's fine. We will pretend that you're loading. All right, they're loading us up with fuel, and let's program the FMC. So we are flying Pontiac, Michigan down to CYKF, which is Waterloo. The flight should be, if I'm looking at this correctly, it should be about 42 minutes. It's not too long of a flight. It's not the world's shortest flight either. All right, PTKF. PTKF. Wait, that's... No, Mateo, completely wrong. Wrong everything. Nope. KPTK. There we go. KPTK. We are departing runway 27 left with the Zetter 4 departure using the Tanko transition. All right, select that. There we go. We got our beautiful waypoints in. I was just about to look up here to look at the screen. It's like, no, you don't have a screen. I am going to remove remove that waypoint. We might have to go direct Floca. Yeah, because that's kind of like a flight plan discontinuity. So we might have to do direct Floca once we take off. It's not going to be too bad. All right. Let's see. After we leave Tonko, Quebec 818. Why are you... Oh, Mateo. Quebec 818. Quebec 818. And from Quebec 818, we are flying all the way down to Derlo. So that's literally all of our waypoints. Yeah, you see how it's not connecting that? And I can't... I could put direct Floco. I wonder if I could just do that from here, actually. What is it? What's the waypoint that I just say? Floca. Floca. So if I do this and I do Floca, I hope this doesn't mess something up. Is that... Are you happy with that? Ah, yes, look at that. There we go. Yeah, it's satisfied with that. So in theory, I think when it says mansec, that means that it's gonna like vector us in. I think that's what it means. I might be a little bit wrong on that. But that's literally the FMC. That's literally the FMC program. Yeah, so that's literally the FMC programmed. I forgot to grab my water bottle. All right. And now what we need to do is just wait for the fueling guys to finish fueling up, and then we will be ready to go. I'm going to get that on. We're going to get one gallery power on. And then we will wait to... you know what? We'll wait to start up the APU until this is done. So it should be done in about 1 minute. All right. You know what? We'll stay inside the cockpit. Keep an eye on the fuel gauges for me. All right. I am going to double check just to kind of make sure I'm doing everything correctly. All right, Transauto 215. What does it say? No flight plan uploaded. Oh, that might be a problem. Why do you say no flight plan? I mean, it knows... no flight plan loaded. Well, that is a little concerning. There we go. Okay, now I should have the flight plan loaded up into, I was going to say on-air, V-Pilot. All right, they are done with fueling, so we will get off in just a minute. Let's send the fuel truck away. Complete now. Adios. Goodbye with yous. All right, and now if I go to the radar, see, this is why I double-check the radar. Because I was like, let me double-check before, let me, you know, just double-check what we're doing. Because now it says, yes, planned weather request. Okay. Cool. Squawk 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just make my own squawk code, right? Left value is currently set on an aircraft, while the right value is assigned by ATC. Oh. Oh. 120.5. Is that 12.88? Is that no? But that doesn't say. Why does it say that? 120.5. All right. Sorry. Just looking at some Vatsim stuff before we get going. We'll take off in a minute. Hopefully you keep working. All right. 0773. All right, well, that's what I'll just set here then. 077. Wait, what did I say? Did I say 773? It says 0773, yes. Why are you... what? Wait, is that really only going up to 7? If that only goes up to 7, I've never noticed that before. All right, 773, TARA, get that on 1. And hopefully that will have profiled over here. Does it say that? It does. Cool. All right, well, I guess we can get going. We do have... oh, no, wait. Oh, the controller at Waterloo went offline. He's now in London. He's now in London. Well, that's great. Well, that's okay. That's fine. All right, let's go. Let's go. What do I need first? We're not going to do pushback because we can just go straight out. So we'll get those on. We'll get one fuel pump on, and then I am going to get the navigation lights. Are you starting? Why are you not starting? Oh no, APU is doing APU things. It just doesn't sound like it's doing APU things. APU is apparently doing APU things. It doesn't sound like it's doing APU things, but that's fine. All right. All right, I want to double check some things before we get out of here. So we are going to CYKF. And I want to just double check. We are arriving on runway 26, which does have an ILS. And we're literally just going direct to runway 26. All right, what did I say? CYKF. Runway 26, ILS. Well, no, maybe I won't do that. All right, CYKF. 26. Okay, it wants me to just go direct. All right, so to do that, I literally just go CYKF 26, and then bam. And then if we go to our flight plan, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see it. It might be a little bit too far away. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see it. Literally, it'll just send us direct to the airport. So this will be good information to have. I will keep this up for later. Let's get that set to GPS mode, because that's how we get it to follow the INS. All right, cool. We're now on APU power. That is working. Let's get the stair truck away. Be gone from me stairs. All right, and then those are off. Bleeds are on, which is fine. I need to get this set up. So we are flying cruise level 210. 210 is going to be... what's 210? Oh, 210 is nothing. That's like all the way down to 0. All right. Okay. Fine. Let's set the... Oh, I guess I could have gone this way. Whatever. I guess I'm already going this way. We'll just continue down this way. Is that faster? That's faster. Well, actually, I don't know if that's faster. There we go. All right. 0. All right. Cool. I think we are almost ready to go. Are we ready to go? I don't know if I'm ready to go. All right. Let's get engine started. Stairs are away. We can get engine started. All right. Bam, bam. We'll start up with engine number 2. Then once the N2 gets up to 20, we can introduce fuel. I don't know the right way to start the engines. Every video I've watched has done it differently. I've seen real life videos where they'll do 3, 2, 1. I saw another video where they did 1, 2, 3. A different video said 2, 1, 3. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Normally, the way that I do it is 2, 1, and then 3. So that's kind of just how I do it. Alright. Engine numero 1 can go on. And I'm wondering, can I change this to generator 2? I'm wondering if I can kind of change this. Are you... Is that bad for you? Oh. Nope, you're still starting. Okay. No, yeah. I introduced fuel way too early. Why did I do that? I must have thought I was in an MD-11 or something. Okay. Alright. Oakland. I think I just say Oakland traffic, don't I? Alright, can I clean up some of this? Pontiac? Am I going to say Oakland or Pontiac? What do they consider the name of this airfield? Oh, I'm going to just say Oakland County traffic. Probably shouldn't matter. Because we don't have any controllers here. It doesn't look like we're going to have any controllers on the way down to CYKF, so that'll be kind of nice. Oh, and I think that one controller in London went offline as well. All right, can I like not have all of this stuff that I have on my screen? All right, engine 3 has fuel. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like we're gonna have anybody. All right. Let's get that. We'll wait for engine number 3 to finish. Still starting, so I won't do that just yet. There we go. Engine 3 is started. All right, we'll use about 4,000 pounds. Oh, no, that's completely fine. Okay, I was going to freak out for a minute. I was going to be like, wait, I don't have any of the engine pumps running, but no, it's fine. Reason why you only turn on one engine pump per tank is because if you turn on all of them at the same time, you'll end up burning your APU. All right, set that up to 3. We still have ground power on. I should probably get that disconnected. Ground crew, you can remove ground power and chocks as well, and cones. Thank you. All right, I said cones, thank you. Yep, cones. All right, cones are gone. Ground power is gonskis. All right, we will get the hydraulic system A on. We will turn on the packs. We'll turn off engine 1 and APU bleeds. We can also turn off the APU. Get gallery power number 3 and 4 on, and then everything here looks fine. When we go to take off, we will move this to ground off, and then we're going to move this to flight. So we want to do that. You don't want this to be on for very long, or off for very long. You only want it off for takeoff. So that's how that's going to work. And the nice thing is it's spring-loaded, so once we flick that to off, we're not going to have to worry about flicking it again. I think we're ready to go. I think we are ready to go. All right. Oakland County traffic, Transauto 215 is taxiing runway 27 left. All right, let's go. Auto ATC. What did Auto ATC say? Oh, look, Auto ATC on, ooh, I forgot. I need to get... Why are we... Oh, yeah, Mateo, it would help if you release your parking brake. Did you know that those exist? Let's get all that stuff going. 3000. 3000, and we will taxi this way. Those should be on. I'm surprised it's not telling me a frequency. .122.8. I do have 122.8, right? 122.8. When no controller is in range, you should use the Unicom frequency 122.8. Okay. Sorry, it's Mateo's. It's Mateo's paranoia that he's doing something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna get. Alright, there we go. And our flight is also on Volanta. We got all the things going. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to open up LRM as well. Because while we're flying, might as well do some company miles up on the old virtual airline. All right. How do I use this? Route plan. Mateo, it was just a week ago. Yes, I know. Temporary fin plan is okay. All right, I'm gonna change that to MTC 215. Set active flight plan. There we go. All right, cool. So we've got LRM running, we've got Volanta running, and then of course we're on Vatsim, so that'll be fun. Oh my God, I'm going a little quick. now. So I am going to turn the game down just a little bit because it looks like it is a tad bit on the loud side. And V-Pilot is cranked all the way up. All right, are we ready to go? I don't know. Flaps 15 set. Flaps 15 is set. Everything else looks fine. We don't need to have icing on. We can turn those on as needed. All right, I need to get that on. And then we'll turn that off early. Technically in Flight Sim, this doesn't do anything. Mikey, welcome in. In Flight Sim, this doesn't actually do anything, so we don't even really need to worry about it. In real life, you would only want that off when you're taking off. So literally in the videos I've seen of the 727, the flight engineer will sit here, and he'll literally hold the switch, and he'll wait to push it down until they're on their takeoff roll. So, but here it doesn't really matter. All right, that's set, that's set. I will set that to flight mode, and we can go. Oakland County traffic, Transauto 215 is taking off runway 27 left. Hopefully that's the right frequency. I mean, like, I don't know if, like, Vatsim supervisors would, like, or, like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Vatsim supervisors are doing. But, you know, in, like, the event that they were like, Mateo, you're doing things the wrong way. You're not talking about your intentions. But you know what? I guess I'm live right now, right? I'm live right now. So I guess if I was doing something wrong unintentionally, I'd have my evidence that I'm trying. You're fine for being late. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm going to set that to 15. Right after we take off, we're making a sharp right turn to the east. So, all right, I should have had these on before I entered the runway. Oh, Vatsim, Vatsim, Vatsim. There's always just so much stuff going on that my brain's like all over the place. All right, let's go. Now, this is where the fun part of the 727 Super comes into play, because engine number 2 is actually different than engine 1 and 3. So, oh, what are you doing? Why? Why are you doing this? Okay. Are you... Okay. Are you gonna freak out now? No, you're not gonna freak out. You'll join in a few minutes. Will you see me? I won't see you because I don't have multiplayer on. We're on Vatsim tonight. All right, I'm just gonna do it like this. And I'm gonna move engine number 2, because look at engine number 2. Engine number 2 is different. You don't want to have it up. We can kind of have it right there is good. All right, let's go. Let's stop wasting fuel. Whoa, we're moving. We sure are rolling, aren't we?
80 knots.
What am I flying to? 1, 2...
V1, rotate.
Rotate. Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Woo! This wind is throwing us around a little bit. All right, shoot. Gotta be a little bit careful. When you're flying in an empty 727, they really love to get up and go. I'm gonna put the auto throttle on, because I am running with auto throttle just to make it a little bit easier. This aircraft can be a little bit funky when you're flying it. It's not that I can't do manual, you know, the manual throttle. I know how to do it. It's just with this aircraft, it can sometimes be a little bit easier. I did miss the turn, by the way, which wasn't necessarily the greatest thing I wanted to do, but that is fine. All right, come on. Come on, gain speed. You wanted to take off like a rocket just a minute ago, 727 Super. Flap 0. I need to get that set to that, and then I want to get that set to there. You don't know why you thought you were going to fly Spirit for its final goodbye? You know, I had an idea of doing that. I had the idea, yeah. All right, let's trim down a little bit. I had an idea. Maybe we'll do Spirit a different day, though. It is a real shame, and I hope that all those pilots that are affected by it can have a smooth transition for whatever is next. Hopefully. All right, are we following? We're not following. All right, I need to get that set to there. Come on. There we go. All right, we're at 10,000. We'll go up to 300. And I am going to set, I'm going to try and get some speed real quick. Man, I love taking off in an empty aircraft. It's so much fun. All right, and all of this fun stuff can go off. Beacon can stay on, and all that stuff can go off. All right, are you good up here? We'll turn that off to cutoff. That has sprung back to normal, and all of the other stuff looks good. Whoa. Whoa, 727, you really missed that, didn't you? All right, whatever. Cool. Welcome to May. Right? I can't believe it's already May. It's insane. It's like just a couple months ago, it was March, and now it's like May. Like, my brain is still in February. And I'm not even being, like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. My brain is like, it's March. It's March. It's not May. All right. Up we go to our cruising altitude of 210. We're going to be flying relatively low today. I am up on the Vatsim radar. It's nice to see Transauto. I'm wondering if we have a controller at all. I'm wondering if they'll get my call sign wrong. So in real life, the real-life Transauto 215, which is a real-life Boeing 727 that flies for IFL Group, they went to Arizona. I think it was Phoenix Sky Harbor. I only know this because it was live. And the controller, the tower controller, didn't know their call sign. So he goes to hand them off to the departure frequency. And he's like, Tango Sierra Uniform 215, contact departure. He literally didn't know what they were. It was really funny. And the pilots were like, departure, Transauto 215. So, kind of fun. Flying for a real company this time. Alright, there we go. Who else, by the way, is flying on Vatsim? It says I'm in an R722. Is anybody else flying the 727 Super? No, I am the only one flying the 727 Super today. We've got 3 other people flying the 727-200, and 1 person flying the 727-100. So that's kind of neat. All right, and welcome to our cruising altitude. That was probably the fastest climb I've ever had. All right, let's double check everything. That looks fine. I might try and even this out a little bit. Let's try and even that just a hair. How are you doing there? Fuel temps are fine. You want to keep that above freezing. If that is at 0 or below, you literally just turn all 3 of these on. Wait for that to get above 0, and then you can turn them back off. Where it is right now is completely fine. You're doing 727 auto throttle things. All right, that's great to see. All right. You know what I would like to see? You like your picks, by the way, about Metro North? Yeah. It's a nice livery on that locomotive. Metro North has some very sharp liveries. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you know what I would love to see in Microsoft Flight Sim? I'd love to see a shared cockpit system, and I know they already have this, but I'd like to have one for the 727 where you could have 3-player ops. I think that that would be a lot of fun. Oh, and also in the L1011. I think that that would be a lot of fun, having 3-player ops. So you've got a captain, you've got your buddy who's the co-pilot, and then maybe you're playing as the flight engineer. I think that that would be kind of fun. All right, I got to keep an eye on Vatsim. We're just on the Unicom frequency right now, so. All right, I'm going to wait for that to get down just a little bit more. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it right now. All right, and then, wow, like a glove. Look at that. All right. Oh, nope, don't want that on. Then we can turn both of those off. There we go. Doing flight engineer things. Yeah, if they ever do that, I would love to do, like, flight engineer stuff. I would totally play as a flight engineer. I think it's a really fascinating. I think it's a fascinating thing that it's obviously a dying, profession. Most aircrafts nowadays don't have flight engineers, and I'm just fascinated by it. It's like, Mateo, if you were able to fly the 727 in your lifetime at some point, what would you want to do? I would like to be the flight engineer, actually. What, Mateo? You want to be the captain or the co-pilot? No. I would love to be sitting here working at this board, genuinely. All right, off we go. I don't know. Have I flown the 727 Super? I flew the 727 Super on stream once. That was like back in February, probably. And we were flying with the electronic flight instruments. So, the only thing that I don't like about this system here with the FMC and then the steam cockpit is that these two, the two compasses work. What's the term I'm looking for? I wanted to use the word synonymously, but I don't think that's the right word. I don't even think that is a word, what I just said. They both work in unison. So, for example, sometimes what I do when I'm flying other aircrafts is I will set one to show VOR stuff. For example, if I'm going to be flying an ILS approach, I will have one display showing the ILS approach. Yeah, and you know how it's got like the line and everything. And then I'll have this one showing my flight plan route. But unfortunately, with this system, and I don't know if it was like this in real life. I'd be surprised if it was. Both of these work together. So if you are following the FMC, both of these will follow the FMC, not just this one. And it kind of sucks. But it's all right. I've never had any issues with it. It just makes it a little bit harder sometimes. Because it really would be nice to use both of these on their own. Which, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, I should probably put in the ILS frequency for this airport. What am I doing with my life? Waterloo, runway 26. That is currently what we have here. Runway 26, 110.7. 110.7. We'll also put it in this one. And you know what? I can just set those right away. There we go. And then the course is going to be 255. So that will be very important for us to know later down the road. According to this, we will be there in about 13 minutes. It's really not that far of a flight. It's relatively short. And then heading down to Laredo, we're probably not going to have any controllers. At least, well, now we might have some like center controllers and stuff, but I'm not sure we're going to have any tower at Laredo. Laredo's one of those airports that it seems like not many people go to. Everybody's controlling KLAX, Phoenix, KJFK. Although there is one guy controlling Monterey, which is down in Mexico. We could go down there, but I don't know if I want to go down there today. We could also go down to Evansville Regional Airport has a controller in it, which is down in, is that southern Indiana? I think that's southern Indiana. No, is that Mississippi? That might be Mississippi, actually. And then we also have 2 controllers in Queensboro, which is interesting. 2 little airports with controllers. Mateo, what were you just saying about controllers don't go to airports that people don't fly to? Maybe they're beginner controllers. See, I would totally go to an airport not many people go to. Let's bring some love to some of these other airports, right? There actually was a ground controller in Cleveland earlier today. I was surprised to see that. Which, yeah, as of right now, it doesn't look like we're going to have any controllers down in Texas. Maybe as the night goes on, we'll get another one. We'll have to see. I guess we'll have to see. All right. Okay. Off we go. All right. Let me double check. I was looking at the radar. Not many people, you can't see the radar. Here's the radar for everybody who's interested. This is the Vatsim radar. It's a nice little tool. You can see us on it. That's us right there, Transauto 215. And then you can see everybody who's flying. So, wow, look at that territory right there. That is massive. That's huge. It's like trying to do the entire, like, North Pole. There's quite a few people on Vatsim at the moment. As of right now, we're the only one flying the R622. Oh wait, I'm not there. Yeah, as of right now, we're the only one flying the R722. There's 3 people flying the 727. But yeah. I'm surprised that there's not more people in Texas at the moment. I'm surprised there's no one controlling Chicago. That's kind of surprising to me. All right, let's go to there. Quite surprised about that. All right. Maybe we'll fly somewhere else. I had plans to go to Laredo. I mean, that's IFL group does fly down there a lot, but maybe we'll go somewhere else. It will be completely fine. IFL 281 Foxtrot Lima. I'm not in 281 Foxtrot Lima. 281 Foxtrot Lima. IFL group doesn't fly that one anymore. They have it stored in Canada. They haven't flown it in a minute. Talking about that, IFL Group actually has one of their Falcon 20s flying down to Laredo at the moment. It just departed an hour ago. Alright. It might get a little bit loud. We will do some flying shots. Okay. I was wondering, I think that this rendition of FSS's 727. You sent me some links. Oh, cool. I will check them out. See, so I think that this rendition of the Boeing 727 has, what do they call them? Hush kits? I don't know if they actually function the way they should. But I want to say that this aircraft, FSS actually modeled them with hush kits. I'm not entirely sure, but like I say, I don't know if they work or not. I know in real life they have hush kits. I think the only aircrafts that I saw without hush kits, maybe Solar Cargo 727 and maybe, oh gosh, what it is, Air Class Cargo? They fly 2 727s. I don't know if theirs has a hush kit. Aero Sucres didn't have any. But I know USA Jet and IFL Group, I know they both have them, so. All right, I will take a look at these pictures. Oh wow, is that what it looked like before before they actually like painted it? Or is that the? Did they paint both of those, or is that one locomotive? Oh, I'm thinking it's one locomotive. Well, that's kind of cool. No, it's a different locomotive. They did 9. Oh, okay. Wow. Nice. You know, I just bit my tongue again. Mateo, why do you keep doing this to yourself? I was going to say, I wonder what the original thought process was behind this aircraft. Sorry, Mateo, does this look like an aircraft to you? Train. It's already starting. It's already starting. Mateo is already falling off. See, it's like when they designed this locomotive. They were trying to make like a modernized version of the F7. Or maybe the Alco. Oh gosh, I don't even know the number. What is the locomotive I'm thinking of? Alco. Do you like it though? Yeah, it's a cool livery. I'm thinking of this. New York Central's. Can I just... I guess I will save this image. I'm almost kind of thinking of this locomotive here. What is this? The Alco something? Check out the employee tribute one. Okay. Let's see. Do I have anybody contacting me? Nobody's contacting me. Where are we at? We are at Darrow. I should probably start descending. Yes, I need to start descending. Alright, I need to start descending. I'm going to set that to 250. Because I think I'm a little bit behind schedule. Okay. Alright, employee tribute. Oh, is this? Oh, that's the employee tribute locomotive. I doubt it, right? But is that? Does every employee have their picture on this little thing here? It's like all the employees' faces. If they put every employee on here, that's kind of sick. That's kind of neat. Oh, I am making the wrong button. I need to make a button. I wonder if I can do that. What button am I not using? F7? F7's that one. F5 is that. F8, I'm using everything. Is F9 being used? F9's not being used. Okay, I wonder if I can, just to make this easier. So, on my scenes, I can set keybinds. Let me see. Scene number, what is this? You saw what it looks like before? Okay, I'll have a look in just a moment. Oh, how do I show this? Push to show. How do I just show the, I want to just show the scene. Alright. I'm not going to do this just yet. Where is 2.6? Alright, 2.6 is from yonder direction. Okay. Alright. I think. Let me see, where is 2.7? 2.6, sorry, 2.6 is on the other side. Okay, so we might have to vector ourselves around then. I'll probably, as we get closer to the airfield, I'll probably turn right heading 150, and then we'll kind of just go and like loop around. That's probably what we'll end up doing. All right, cool. All right, how do I make it so that my life is easier? I see where I can put hotkeys. Oh, switch to C. Here we go. There we go. Woo! So now if I have to go over to like my Be Right Back screen, I can hit F9 and we go right back to the game. Cool. Automation. They call that automation. Alright, what is the minimum altitude? Minimum altitude is 3,000. I'm going to descend down to 6,000. I'm just going to kind of set it back just a little bit. And I might take that down to there. Put flaps 2. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Oh, is that what it looked like before? Okay, it had like the old corporate look like. Before it became fancy, it had the old school look. Nice. We have Boston Center online. Really need to keep an eye on this Vatsim radar. Apparently, there's 4 people coming to. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong airport. I was gonna say, Toronto has 4 people at it. Oh God. I need to turn. All right, let's turn to the right. Airport is right. I think it might be in front of us. It's behind us now. Okay, so we just flew over the airport. That's actually completely fine. That was exactly what I intended. Everybody thought that that wasn't what I intended. No, you're fine. You're completely fine. It's how things stay interesting. All right, I'm gonna set that to nav mode. And it already has the course set of 255, so that's actually kind of helpful. Well, that's not what I wanted. I need you to turn. No, that isn't what I wanted. Alright, let's do some landing calculations. We're going to do good old flaps 40. No, and it's not going to... There we go. Now it understands it? Oh, God. Okay, that's completely fine. Oh, gosh, okay. You're going to NYC tomorrow? Just for the fun? Oh, yeah, that's fun. I'd love to go to NYC. I haven't been to New York in a long time. Okay, what I don't want to do is go there. All right, let's turn to the right. Sorry, the left. Mateo, the other left. All right, and I'm going to descend down to... Shoot, I am not even descending down to 3,000. Let's go down to 3,000. Oh gosh, the airport is like right there, isn't it? All right, I'm going to descend down to 2,000 because I think I might be a little bit too high now. Crap. Mateo, everything's going wrong. I knew I should have turned a little bit.
Wide slope is alive.
All right, there we go. I'm going to maintain 3,000 for right now. Flaps 15. Mateo forgot to put on his lights. Waterloo traffic, Transauto 215, ILS runway 26. You're gonna regret this flight? What do you mean? My flight or? Alright, how far are we away? We're not doing too bad right now. We're actually completely fine. Why are you still descending? Why are you descending? Whatever. That's actually completely fine. You know what? If you want to maintain 2,500, you go maintain 2,500. Alright. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm going to put flaps 20. Let's do flaps 25. I'm going to set that to auto glide slope. Set that to approach mode, and hopefully we don't... Oh gosh. Alright, nope, you know what? I'm manually flying this. Mateo, you messed up. You're down. We're a little too close. Because I think I underestimated... you're going to time-lapse from JFK to KLAX? Alright. Alright. Flaps 30? Sorry, flaps 30. Yep. And flaps 40. Alright, configure to land. Just turn that off now because I don't really need it in my life. Since 350 allows you to speed it up. Oh, cool. I thought about trying the A350. I think it would be a fun aircraft. It's probably not going to be until late May when I actually get around to it, though. If I end up getting around to it. Because we are entering the spring season. The very busy late spring season. The weather hasn't been holding up too nicely. Get down. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I think we bounced. Reversers, speed brakes are alive. And also, something really weird about this aircraft is that engine 2 doesn't have a reverser. So that's also kind of weird. You notice we're missing the reverser handle. I don't know why they took it off, but they did. I think it's because, I think it's just, it probably didn't fit. They probably just didn't have a good way to do it when they upgraded the engines. Waterloo traffic, Transauto 215 exiting the runway. At taxiway Alpha. Okay. Is this a runway? This is a runway. This is not taxiway Alpha. Okay. This is, okay. Yeah, thank God there's nobody controlling this. Otherwise, I would have just gone on a taxiway. That would have been terrible. All right, well, technically our second Vatsim flight without ATC, which is completely fine. All right, where am I going to? All right, I need to figure out where I'm going. I think I'm literally just going right there. All right, select from map. Where are we? We're right there. All right, so I'll literally just go. You know what? We'll just go right there. No follow me, because it's like right there. Strategic Aviation Canada. Yes, I would like them to load my cargo very strategically. What's 348? Yeah, so, alright. I probably shouldn't have done what I just did there, but there's nobody here. If we were in a busy airport, I would have probably kept moving, but I mean, there's literally nobody. We are okay. We can chill. It's fine. Completely fine. Mateo, you should turn off the rest of your landing lights. What are you even doing with your life? I want to get... I'm going to try and do two things at once here. This is probably not a great idea. Landing? 348 landing. Oh, okay. That's not too terrible. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're just going to chill right here. Even though he didn't tell me, it's completely fine. Alright, engines can go off. Parking brake is on. Navigation, beacon lights, and the wing lights can also go off. Meant to turn those off the first time. Hello. Hello. You bow. Okay, he bows. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this dude here. All right. So where are we flying to? Grand question, because Mateo does not know. Mateo has no idea where he's flying next. All right, let's get that on. Fuel pumps can go off. We're gonna keep one hydraulic pump on because I need to get the flaps up. Because why would I ever think about remembering the flaps? APU can go off because we are on ground power, and we're also gonna open up the cooling doors. All right. I was going to go down to Laredo, but I don't know if I'm going to keep with that plan. All right. Open up cooling door number 2. Only reason you close these in flight is because they actually create drag, so you want to close these. You keep them open when you're on the ground. I think when you shut down your aircraft and you're going to be parked for an extended period of time. Did you even turn off the APU? Yep, turn off the APU. APU is off. Okay. Let's get the big old cargo doors opened up. You know what? We can keep that open. And we're chilling. Oh, and also, because this is going to create a problem later, I should make sure that says open. Sometimes when GSX does things, it doesn't sync with this. You always want to make sure it's synced up. All right. I need to go to Volanta, and I need to make sure that the flight is over. Do we have somebody landing, by the way? No. Actually, we do have somebody taking off, so we may see them. It's a little bit cloudy, but they are... Oh, no, I don't think they're on Volanta, or, I don't think they're on Vatsim. Oh, that's sad. I was going to say, maybe we could see them. All right. Let's chill for a minute. Just kind of get our bearings before we begin our little return trip to wherever it is we're going. You know what? I don't like this camera. I was going to say, hey, let's just stand on the outside. I'd rather this camera. All right. I am going to check some things. Yeah, that guy that was on Volanta, he's not on Vatsim. It doesn't look like he's on Vatsim. We do have somebody who just departed London in a something. I don't know. Oh, he's in a TBM. We've got a Delta heading down to San Diego from JFK. And we've got an Emirates 777 flying down to Dubai. So that is cool. All right. Let's take a chill for a moment. We are going to load up with cargo for this trip, this next trip. So takeoff might be a little more interesting. But the question is, where do we go? We could go down to Owens. There's a couple airports we could go to. We could go down to Evansville Regional, which actually what I might do, if I can figure out what I'm trying to click. We could head down to Evansville Regional. They have a tower controller on right now. We could also head down to Owensboro Davies. So let's see, Evansville Regional. KEVV is actually kind of a big airport. It's got legit jet bridges. Look at this. It's got legit jet bridges and everything. Excuse me. It's got a little executive terminal right there. Where would I park? Obviously not right there, because there's no way to get there. I'm assuming I would probably just park at the United Companies Air Center. Probably just kind of pull in here somewhere. Now, the other airport is Owensboro, and that is this airport right here. Not as big. It's got a tower controller. It's got a ground... No, it's got both, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got ground and tower. But who? Oh, look. This guy just took off from there. You know, that might be a more exciting airport. Owensboro might be a little more exciting. All right. All right, let's figure out what we're going to do here. So I am going to go back to this screen. So KOWB or KEVV. Let's take a look at the charts real quick and figure out where we're going. KEVV has an ILS approach. Okay. ILS 22, ILS 4. What about, what is it, KOWB? Does not have. It has ILS runway 36. Okay. That might be a fun approach. All right. I think we're gonna head down to KOWB. So, all right, I'm gonna get my flight plan. Oh, that's not at all what I meant to do. Well, that's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of Vatsim radar. Mateo, get back Vatsim radar. All right, Transauto 215, TSU 215. We are heading. Where am I at? I am at. Why does it say I'm in Montreal? No, I'm not in Montreal. I am in CYKF. All right, just making the flight plan real quick, and then we will take off. CYKF down to, what did I just say? KOWB. All right, we are in a Boeing 727 Super. If you may. Pounds. I'm going to have that set to auto. Passengers, none, because this is going to be a freighter flight. And, okay. All right. We will head down to KOWB, and I'm thinking that might be the only other flight I'll do tonight. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Maybe I'll be like, you know what? I feel like doing another flight, and then we'll fly down to Laredo. All right. TSU 215. Okay. All right, let me double check to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Why are you... Okay, different airfield. Does this have a flight? It doesn't have a flight plan. Okay. So it's going to be about a 1.5 hour trip. We're going to be flying flight level 340, so we're going to be a little higher up today, which is going to be nice. All right, did you actually file that? Savage Dimitri's added me apparently on Volanta. Okay. Why are you off? Did anyone tell you could be off? Oh, I bet it turned off when that turned off. Oh, okay. Yep. Nope. That's completely fine. All right. Did you do Vatsim things? Does it say what it's doing? Hey, it did. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So it did, in fact, switch that over. All right, cool. So we are running on the new flight plan. Good. Mateo knows exactly what he's doing, allegedly. All right. Wow, we're gonna be flying with 40. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, that's not at all what I meant to do either. But that's. You know what? We will do instant fuel loading. We'll pretend that they loaded up the fuel, and then we will just do cargo. Oh, no. Well, yeah, no, okay. Yep, that's what we'll do. All right. Did you turn off? Oh, you already answered that. Okay. So let's get boarding going. They already fueled up the aircraft while we're figuring out our flight plan, so we are going to request boarding.
Boarding requested. Do you want a board crew?
No, because we are already there, and we're gonna get our beautiful cargo loaded. So that'll be a little fun. Hey, flying with actual cargo today. That was fun. All right, let's erase the flight plan. And I need to refresh this. Okay. Which. All right. By the way, let me just double check that. I got that set to ground mode. That needs to be set to ground mode. That can go off because I don't need hydraulics on at the moment. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. CYKF. CYKF. With no departure. We're literally just flying direct. So that's actually fine that I did that. LN Con. Okay. WWSHR. Okay. Quebec 29er. Quebec 29er, and from Quebec 29er, we are flying all the way down to Creep. There we go. And then Quebec 29er turns into Quebec 139er. I flew with the INS the other day, and, you know, I kind of miss the INS. I've been flying so much with this FMC. Whenever I fly with, whenever I fly on air, I've been flying with this system. And, you know, it's kind of nice to do shorter flights with the INS once in a while. All right, and then Lune. Lune, and then what is the arrival runway? 36. Is that the one with the ILS? Lune. Oh, it does. Yes, it has the ILS frequency. Oh, that's cool. And while I'm at it, I should probably Siwa KF. I'm going to get some charts open for this just so I can see this airport layout better. So we are here at the apron. Did I land 3-2? No, I landed 2-6. Right, I landed on runway 2-6 and then unintentionally taxied down runway 3-2. All right, so when I take off, we're going to go Alpha, 2-6 via Alpha. All right, cool. Cargo is getting loaded, as you can see just there. I have the sniffles coming on. I am very sorry if you can hear it. I don't know why I'm getting sick. It's fantastic. All right, cargo's getting loaded up, so that is obviously very good to see. 7859, 7859, very good to see. We can turn both of those on. And then I'm going to set this to 340. So that's going to get set up to 340. 5.2. 5.2. All that stuff looks good. I don't think we're doing anything perishable, so we could probably just keep this on auto for the cargo. Because as far as I know, we're not doing anything perishable. Cabin control can be on auto. It's not too bad. I mean, that's a fine temperature. It's not cold out, but it's also not too hot out. All right. We could test these if we wanted to. Which, are you gonna test? You're gonna test. I kind of wish that with this aircraft we could have the old school gauges. These ones are digital, and it's not that they suck, but I do kind of wish we could have an option between digital gauges and, you know, the old dials that the other 727 has. All right. You know what? I'm going to take a short break. I will be back in just a moment. And we're going to head down to, you know, the airport that we were talking about. Owensboro-Davies County Regional Airport. So, with that all said, I will be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Oh shoot, we have a tower controller on here now. So we have a tower controller in Waterloo now. Wow, these two dudes are like moving back and forth. Well, that's a little scary, isn't it? Oh shoot. All right, don't go anywhere. All right, well, that's That's mildly terrifying. All right, I'm going to set that to that, and we're going to set that to standby. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. And I come back right as we finish loading. Cool. Right on time. And we have 2 people controlling this airport, which is mildly terrifying. Why are you being Mr. Slowpoke Rodriguez over here? This dude's taking his time, isn't he? Alright. Let me double check my flight plan, how we're doing with this. I wonder. I may have screwed this up. Mateo screwing something up? That is unheard of. What'd I say? 2 6s were taken off? Well, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that, what that's doing right there. Where am I at? Oh, I guess I am lined up with the runway, right? Okay, so that's actually not that terrifying. Okay. Okay. Well. Are they both still online, by the way? Guess we should double check. We now have an ATIS. Man, these dudes, they... Oh, that's just terrifying, isn't it? Okay, alright. It's like they know. They're like, hey. Alright, they got an ATIS 125.1. I really wish that it didn't do this. When I go over 000, can this not change? Because we were at 125, and then the moment I went from 990 to 000, it changed to 126.
290 at 10, gusting 15. Visibility 9 miles. Ceiling 7,600 overcast. Temperature 6. Dew point -5. Altimeter 299 Approach RNAV runway 32. Landing and departing runway 32. Inform ATC that you have information. Uniform.
I need to listen to that again.
Waterloo information uniform weather at 2200 Zulu.
My piece of paper. I don't know where my pencil is. I am just all over the joint. When you say you're off, does that mean you're leaving? Mateo is not prepared. I was not prepared to have ATC. All right. Mateo has sheet of paper. Not yet. You're about to eat. You're in there. Okay. All right. Ooh. All right. Let me write down some information. All right, I'm gonna listen to this.
TC that you have information. Uniform. Waterloo information uniform weather at 2200 Zulu. Wind 290 at 10 gusting 15. Visibility 9 miles. Ceiling 7,600 overcast. Temperature 6. Dew point -5. Altimeter 299 Approach RNAV runway 32. Landing and departing runway 32. Inform ATC that you have information. Uniform.
What? Wait, runway
Waterloo
32? Oh gosh, why that runway? That's such a tiny runway. I ain't gonna be able to take off from that runway. Okay, I might have to ask him about that. I ain't gonna be able to take off from that runway. I ain't gonna be able to take off from that runway, no way. Ain't gonna be able to do it. No can do, Jan. Alright, what am I going? I need to do... So, let's see. Clear to... I need to get my life together. Let me real quick just get my life together. Waterloo ground. Owensboro, radar vectors probably to Lincoln. All right, y'all ready? That's your fault. Your English be like? No, it's fine. I'm just a little bit stressed out because I've got some things I need to do. All right. Fetch from SimBrief. All right, cool. All right, let's contact ground. If they have me take off from 2-6, I'm going to be real surprised because I'm not going to be able to do it. I ain't going to be able to do it. Okay. Y'all ready? One, 2, 1, 800. Just use full flaps? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should probably do that. All right. Well, no. I'm gonna request if they insist runway 32. If it tells me runway 32, and no way I'm gonna be able to take off from that. No way. No way, Jan. Can't do it. No way, Jan. All right. 2995. What did I say? 21800. All right. Let's get the APU on before I request. You haven't heard Vatsim real-life controllers, you know? Okay, well, you're about to hear one for real this time. I'm just gonna get everything on before we prepare for departure, because I don't want to keep this controller waiting. So we're gonna get the stairs away. Hopefully, have everything else away. Cargo doors can go adios. Are you closing? You're closing. You are, in fact, closed. Okay. Is APU doing APU things? APU has done APU things. Alrighty. Oop, not what I meant to do. Alright, let's do this. Guess. I'm gonna guess it just wants me over to Unicom 122. All right, you meant for this stream, you know, because you're on Vatsim? Oh, yeah, no, we haven't heard controllers this time yet. All right, let's do it. What am I trying to say? Transauto 215, information uniform, requesting clearance to Queensboro. Is that the right frequency? That's the right frequency. Waterloo Ground, Transauto 215 with information uniform, requesting clearance to Owensboro.
Last station calling Waterloo Ground. Say call sign again.
Transauto 215.
Transauto 215, you're cleared to the Owensboro Airport by the Waterloo 3 departure. Flight plan route. Depart runway 32, squawk 2500.
Clear to Owensboro via the Waterloo 3 departure, runway 32. Sorry, we'll expect runway 32, squawk 2500, Transauto 215.
Transauto 215, read back correct. Push and start at your discretion. The apron's uncontrolled. Advise read the taxi.
Well advised, ready to taxi, Transauto 215. Waterloo ground. Is there any way that we could take off from runway 26? I don't know if 32 is going to be long enough.
Transauto 215, A firm, no problem. Expect runway 26.
Runway 26, Transauto 215. So there we go. That was easy. Okay. That was easy. So there you go, Mikey. Now you've heard it.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
That's like the only time in real life that they probably would allow that too. Is if you needed a longer runway. All right, I'm gonna set this to 10. I'm gonna set that. 10,
Departure checks completed. Bypass
1500.
pin inserted.
Okay. Although I love the fact he didn't know my call sign.
Locking gear.
I will say that I actually felt more confident that time. All right, so I don't want that runway, so we'll probably push back that direction. All right, you guys ready up? What are y'all waiting for? All right. Okay. Whoa, what is that? Hello? All right.
Release parking brakes.
Air traffic control is minimal. Mm-hmm.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Hopefully it's not gonna like blow me up. Engine 2's going on. Confirmed going on. PSI's going down. Please don't run me into anything. I don't like that there's not taxiway lines here. It's making it a little scary. All right, fuel for engine number 2 is going on. Is that a taxiway line there? Oh, that might be it there. It didn't look like I had that much space. I would have pushed myself a little further if I knew I had that much space. Whew. That's kind of nice to know. Beacon lights can go on because we now have an engine on. Engine 1 is going on. Engine number 2.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Engine number 1 is going on. Hey, random question. Will you stream any VR games? You don't know why you thought of that? I don't have a VR headset. If I had a VR headset, I'd love to. But I don't have one. Alright, engine 1 is going on. Or sorry, engine 3 is going on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Engine number 3's got fuel. Yeah, there are a couple games I'd like to try. One that I would love to try is a very old one. It's called, is it called Going to Work or something? It's a really old VR game. I'd love to try that one. All right, engine 3 is on. Let's get that set to bus tie. APU can go off, and our various engine pumps can go on, packs can go on, that can go off. Okay, yeah, there's an important piece. Maybe VR Flight Simulator, Vacation Simulator. I've never heard of that one. Did I not turn on the... I did turn on ground power 3 and 4. All right, I think we're ready to go. Waterloo Ground, Transauto 215 requesting taxi.
Transauto 215, runway 26 with 300 at 7 altimeter 299 Air 5, taxi via Alpha Cross, runway 32.
Altimeter 299 or 5, cross runway 32 to runway 26, Transauto 215. Gosh, that was a mess. That was a complete mess. What did I say? 2500. Whew, that was a terrible thing. Man, that was a mess. That was not great. Mateo, you got derailed right there. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. The guy accepted it. We didn't get yelled at. It's completely fine. He's probably over here like, what did he just say? Dude, you don't even know. I wonder if I can just taxi on one engine, actually. We could just taxi on one engine. It's literally what I'm doing right now. Your mini oven just went off. You swear to God you thought it was the fire alarm going off? Yeah. Alright, we might be a little bit too heavy to just do one engine taxi. Especially when we're, you know, fully loaded with fuel and everything. Why do I feel like that's not even? Okay. No taxi lines, no problem. Just use the service road. Yeah. It's okay. We got a taxi line here. What is tower frequency? 126. I have to bet that both of these guys are working together because they were here at first, and then they went down to Toronto, and then now they're back here. They must both know each other. Yeah, it's the same dudes. Yeah, it is. It's literally the same dudes that were here earlier. They're just hopping airports. They're like, all right, we got somebody there. Let's go there. All right, let's go here. I don't mind this. That's cool. I'd probably do the same thing, actually. I hear that Vatsim controllers are very backed up at the moment. Like, they've got a lot of people that want to be Vatsim controllers. I don't think I'm ready for it. Vacation Simulator is? I feel like I've heard of that one. I don't know why. Why do I feel like I'm flying?
Transauto 215, switch to my frequency 126.0.
Over to 126.0, Transauto 215. this. Should have had that pre-punched in. Mateo, what are you doing with your life? Wallaroo Tower, Transauto 215 with you.
You're still in the ground frequency, but Transauto 215 just changed to 126.0.
Yes, I just changed, thank you.
Oh, there, thank you. Waterloo Tower, Transauto 215.
Transauto 215.
I'm under Unicom 122.8, winds 3107, cleared for takeoff, runway 26.
Monitor Unicom, runway 26, good for takeoff, Transauto 215. I should have probably... I'm just all over the place. What is going on? Look, I shouldn't feel bad. Mateo, this is your second. Okay, so it's the same dude. It's the same guy on both frequencies. Okay. .8. Although he confused me when he said switch to my frequency. Because if he would have said contact tower, I would have waited. But he was like, you have a phone number you need to call? Is that a thing on Vatsim? Alright, y'all ready? No idea? Alright, let's go. We are very heavy. Yeah, so it's just one controller that was doing both of those. Okay. I don't mind it.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
I'm gonna wait to get off of the... Whoop. I'm gonna...
Positive rate.
You're up. That 727 does not like to climb. Alright, I'm gonna monitor Unicom. No, I'm not gonna monitor you. Thing is gonna not do what I need it to do. Alright, I'm gonna switch frequencies. 122.8. There we go. Now you're doing what I need you to do in your life. Look at that. Hopefully I did that correctly. Alright, I need to trim down. You have a VR headset? Oh gosh. Hey, look at that. Alright, I'm gonna head up to, what'd I say, 340? All right, we're going to climb. You have a VR headset and you enjoy it. However, you do need to be alone to play it because playing games on it when people are around is cringy as heck. And plus, you have very bad motion sickness. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I have the space to use one. I just don't have one. They're very expensive as far as I know. All right, did I turn that on? Look, that didn't spring back. Sometimes when you do 2 flights, you have to be careful because that won't spring back to normal. I really hope we have to do this. How much fuel does it say we're burning? 11,000. Right now we've got, what? 24,000, I think. A little under 23,000. All right, going above 10,000 in a minute. I just kind of chill right there for a second. Can we climb up a little bit quicker, maybe? Oh, did I? Yes, flaps are on 0. You got it for Christmas, and you only have maybe an hour or so on it. It's not that you don't appreciate it. You just need to be. Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand where you're coming from with that. Oh, Mateo, you dumbo. I really hope that doesn't cause issues. I don't know why that scared me as much as it did. All right, y'all, second takeoff with ATC. It wasn't great. Want to track your flight? I will take a look at FSO. I am going to have to step away for a few minutes, in like 10 minutes. Oh, wow, you're already halfway there. All right, so it says we'll be there in about an hour and a half, so we got some time before we get there. Oh, I did not put on stupid, whatchamacallit. Come on, bring the engines back up. Yeah, see, look at that. When you're heavy, it really takes a minute to climb. Oh, gosh. There we go. Okay. Let's put that to cut off. How's the fuel looking? Fuel's actually looking good, so I don't need to worry about doing any of that. I'm hoping that by not forgetting that, it's not going to have its debug. Something happens where even if I put it to flight mode, it won't. The altitude horn will continue beeping, and then I have to change it to either AC or DC, and I have to like mess with the system. I don't know how to fix that. It's like sometimes we get a pressurization issue, and I'm not just too sure to fix it. How to fix it. We have it on auto right now, which is fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, we're climbing in a Boeing 727 to an airport that has controllers at it. Well, it did. It now has only a tower controller. It only has a tower controller now, so the ground controller went offline. Worst case scenario, we will just land at an uncontrolled airport. It'll be fine. Look at that. I'm showing up on the, oh, I have my be right back thing. Hold on, let me get rid of that. I have my, my little, so this is called the Vatsim, arrival board. And, I'm on the arrival board. Look at that. Golf and Caribbean Cargo, Transauto 215, destination. Oh, wait, that's previously. Oh, departures. Oh, there we go. Now I fixed it. Owensboro. Yep. Why does it say AMP? It should say Gulf and Caribbean Cargo. And there's my flight plan and everything. That's kind of cool. I haven't really seen this much. So if I go to Queensboro, we've got a couple people arriving. Look at that. I'm the only one in a Boeing 727. Gulf and Caribbean Cargo, Transauto 215. So IFL Group's aircrafts are operated by a company called Gulf and Caribbean Cargo. I find it really funny because they don't fly in the Caribbean. They fly in the U.S., really. That's the only place I've seen their aircrafts. But IFL Group has two call signs, Transauto and IFL. So the more you know. But that's kind of neat. Departed at 6:28. All right, anyways. Off we go. I might set that down just a little bit. I'm hoping we won't overspeed. Nah, we should overspeed. It'll be fine. Am I on the arrival board for FS Hub? So this is an FS Hub. I don't know if FS Hub has an arrival board. Vatsim has an arrival board. All right. I am going to have to step away for a minute. For a minuet. No, Mateo, that's okay. Yes, I am going to have to step away for just a moment. Don't go anywhere, because it's going to be a fun flight the rest of the way. I will be right back. Keep an eye on the aircraft. Don't let it crash for me. All right, have a good one, Mikey. I will see you in a bit. All right, Mateo has returned. Mateo, he's returned. Let's see if we got anybody trying to contact me. As of right now, it doesn't look like anybody wants to contact me. We don't have any center controllers. Oh, we do have Boston Center, but Boston Center, he's not anywhere near me. I don't know why I'm out of breath. Cinemasochist apparently followed me up on Twitch. I'm not streaming on Twitch anymore, but hey, welcome in. I'd have to bet it's a bot account. All right. All right, we are up at cruising altitude, and maybe move that down a hair. All right, how are we doing here? Everything good? Everything is great. I think we're good. All right, we are up at cruising altitude 340. We are heading down to an airport, Owensboro. Turn this on flight mode. Oh, here we go. I have the Vatsim radar on my phone because while I was away for a minute, I was looking at the flight. We're about to fly over Cleveland, actually. I'm surprised we're not already over Cleveland. We're gonna fly just east of, just west of Hopkins. It's very cloudy at the moment. It's actually cloudy here in real life, so not going to be able to see anything. We're just above Lake Erie. I don't know if those are clouds or if that's water, but you're not going to see much. Okay. I'm going to move that down just a little bit. How are we doing? Think we're doing okay? Let's try to see the throttles. I almost feel like those are... That's fine. Mateo, you're just here. Man, look at that sun. Nice. Alright, I'm going to take a look at FS Hub, see how this is doing. RC Technics. Okay. Looks like everybody who's flown into this airport is Canadian bound. One guy left for Dallas Fort Worth in a Gladys PC-12. Twice. Calista. Interessante. All right. Check some things called frequencies. 6. Okay. All right. I'm going to move this off to the side for right now, and we will go there. All right, cool. Sorry, doing stuff in the background, talking to myself. Mateo, you're already talking to yourself, because that's what you do when you talk to a microphone. There's nobody in the room with you. There's a dog. See, I'm talking to the dog. Okay? All right. Yep. So, yeah, according to Volanta, I find Volanta is pretty good with timing. Should be there in about 40 minutes, so not too far away from, well, top of descent is probably about 20. In theory, the AI controller should let me know when I'm coming into land. And right now, we're actually flying right over Cleveland. So, the Hopkins Airport is, like, over there somewhere. Kind of just like right there. And surprisingly, there's actually 2 people at Hopkins right now. We've got a jet. Apparently we have a jet. U.S. Air is what it says. It doesn't say what it is. We also have an A380. What? Apparently in Hopkins there's an A380 by Munko Monkey. Apparently, that's interesting. Spice Weasel, it doesn't say where he's going. All right. Hey, I mean, I don't think an A380 has ever flown to Cleveland, but, you know, if that's what you want to do, by all means. I wonder if an A380 could even take off from Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland has the capacity to deal with such an aircraft. That would be quite a mighty aircraft to fit in there. Even the 747 coming in looks a little bit big. I mean, it does happen. It's just not normal. Yeah, look at that. Very nice sun we got out today. Hopefully we'll arrive before it gets too dark. See, that's the nice thing. Whoa. That's the nice thing about streaming in the summer and springtime. It's not dark by 5. There's 2 control. That guy's still chilling up in water. Oh, I thought that just crashed. It scared me. I like how on Volanta, there's my airplane that's being tracked by Volanta. And then trailing a little ways behind the aircraft is my Vatsim, my like little Vatsim thing. So Volanta also tracks Vatsim flights whether you're on Volanta or not. And so Volanta's in front of it, and then trailing behind is the Vatsim plane. So I keep looking at Volanta, and I'm like, there's somebody following me. No, Mateo, that's you following me. Excuse me. So in real life, we've got this one gauge here, right? And you notice it's a little bit different than the other two. So because engine number 2 is different than 1 and 3, this engine actually runs a lot hotter than 1 and 3. Engine 2 runs hotter than engine 1 and 3, I think. And so in theory, why they did this in real life is because all 3 of these gauges would be symmetrical and perfectly aligned with each other. Unfortunately, in Flight Sim, this aircraft doesn't model that in, so the gauge is off. It's off a little bit, but it's kind of interesting. when you're not used to flying this aircraft, it kind of take you off guard a little bit, because you look down at your engines, right? And sometimes when you look at your engines, you like to see that all 3 of your engines are relatively consistent. And then you look down here and you're like, what's going on with this engine? Why are you doing that? But it's completely fine. Engine's working perfectly fine. All right, how are we doing with the fuel stuff? We're doing good. Don't need to worry. Probably do that. Oh crap. Why did that go off? Wait, did that? Did I never turn that on? Am I crazy? Okay, either way, we don't need to have the cross feeds open because we're running all 3 of those. I believe we're going to keep cross feed 2 on. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen this turned off. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think we need to close this one. But why are those 2 running down faster than this one? In theory, they shouldn't be. Huh? That's a little weird. Because in theory, all 3 of these engines should be relatively consistent. Okay, well maybe that's... Okay. Alright, I guess we'll just keep an eye on this and we'll figure it out as we go. Might have to kind of just even that out a little bit. Maybe I'll burn from tank 2 first, and then we'll go to tank 1 and look at that. Turn on the fuel temps because that's a little bit cold. It's a little bit cold out. You don't want the fuel to start freezing, getting ice inside your tank. That would be macho bad. That almost doesn't sound like it has hush kits in it. That's weird. Alright, what was I doing? I was over here. Kind of just monitoring that. That is weird that that's not burning at the same rate as that. I mean, maybe it's a more fuel-efficient engine. But I would have figured that they would have been consuming around the same amount of fuel. It's like, that really felt quick, didn't it? Alright, maybe what I'll do is burn from tank 1 and 3, or sorry, 2, and then we'll switch to tank 1 and 3. You know what, why don't we do that? And I'm thinking maybe when we have about 1,000 pounds left of fuel, we will switch over to tank 1 and 3. Assuming that we can get down to that much. Burn rate's going to be about 11,000, so that means, I don't know, we'll see. We'll know when we get there. So, man, look, clouds. Beautiful. Love the clouds. fine. I'm gonna check something real quick. What is that? No, why did you do this? Come on, go back to dark mode. Go back to dock mode. There we go. Now you. That's quite odd. Locked by ATC. Ah, okay. Interesting. Alright. Man, that is just beautiful out there. Beautiful. Did you? Oh, you turned that back on. Why would you do that? Why would you do this? I was doing this for a reason. Don't touch. Right? Because don't you burn the middle tank first? You burn the middle tank first. Okay. No touchy. Bounces fuel automatically. Okay. What? No, don't you? No touchy. Woo! Gosh. Whoa. That would have been bad. Mateo, just turn off all your fuel pumps. That would have been macho bad. Almost turned off the center fuel tank. That would have been bad mojo. I'm going to burn a little bit more from this center tank. Maybe I'll get it down to 4,000 and then we'll start burning the wing tanks a little bit. Though I don't like how that's like that. Oh my god, that was fast. There we go. Even. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but we're just going to do it this way. Flight engineer guy, don't touch. I know what I'm doing, allegedly. He thinks he knows what he's doing. By the way, I never turned these on. I realized the other day, I've literally never turned both of these on. I'm kind of wondering if they should be turned on. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure this information out. All right, let's see. Oh, Flight Sim Studio, would it harm you to make a would it harm you to make a dark mode? All right, checklist. Oil cooler, normal. After takeoff, hydraulic pumps, auto pack trip cut off. Logo lights off, yada yada yada. Seatbelt signs, we don't have those. Ignitions obviously off. Seatbelt signs show Marines harnesses. Sorry, you can't see what I'm reading. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Altimeter. Seatbelt shoulder harness check. Circuit breakers. Descent and approach. What do I say? Are you clicking stuff? Okay, you're just clicking that. All right. Let's see. Cargo heat. What is this called? Cargo heat overflow. Okay. Air conditioning and pressurization. Gas per heat. In addition to normal air distribution, that's what this one is. Individual eyeball outlets with variable openings are provided for each seat. Oh. These outlets are supplied with the coldest air from the left air mix valve. If the left pax is off, air from the air conditioning distribution bay is drawn through a check valve when the gas per fan is on. Oh. Should I probably have that on before we turn the pax on? Airflow to these outlets is augmented by a single electric gas per air fan located in the air conditioning distribution bay. Oh! Is this like those little tiny fans when you're sitting in the seat, and they got a little tiny fan, They got the little tiny circular fan you can open and close it. Is that what that is? So does it even really do anything for this aircraft? Because last I checked, we don't have any seats in this aircraft, so that's kind of interesting. Alright. So, okay. Exhaust. Air leaves the main cabin through the floor-level grills and spills behind the sidewall liners of the cargo compartments to aid in keeping the cargo areas above freezing. The air moves rearward behind the liners and is exhausted overboard through the overflow valves located behind the aft cargo compartment. Okay, but that's not what I mean. All right, what about cargo heat? Cargo heat overflow. Here we go. Oh, outflow. Mateo, it says outflow. All right, so cargo heat outflow switch. Valve is closed to prevent airflow overflow. Normal, which right now is set to close. The valve is open to allow a portion of cabin air to flow around forward cabin compartments and the exhaust overboard. Okay. There's eyeball outlets. Okay, that's interesting. But, so, in theory, I should probably keep that off. I don't know why I would turn those on in this aircraft, then. I mean, maybe. But, I feel like that's really hot. Okay, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? If I set this to cool, by the way, is that temperature going to go down? I don't think it's moving. We have no center controllers. No, it's not moving. So perhaps we'll just keep that on auto. And even with that on, I don't know, I don't think it does anything. Alright, I'm going to wait for that to get to 4,000. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait for this to get to 4,000, and then I'm going to close the cross feeds, and then we'll just kind of... Let's see how fast it takes for these two to catch up with this one. It'd be kind of interesting to see that, I guess. Alright, what's our waypoints look like? How many waypoints we got? Oh, we got just a couple. So, in about 20 minutes, we'll be arriving. So, not too far yet. Yeah, see, that's not moving. I don't think that this does anything for a cargo aircraft. Because I mean, maybe it's just kind of one of those things where it's they kept it because it's just easier to keep it than get rid of it. Can we? Is it getting that cold that quickly? Yeah, it is getting. It is. Yeah, that is moving to the left very slowly. Okay. We just need it above freezing so that you don't have ice in the fuel tank. That's literally all it is. Literally all it is. Oh, Auto ATC has talked to me. Auto ATC, welcome. If ATC is offline, welcome back. I got a message from Auto ATC. If ATC is offline, you may receive automated guidance to assist online controllers. After receiving instructions, resume mode navigation. Auto ATC does not offer separation. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Indy Center advised to send and maintain 1400. Oh, look at that. We got descent clearance. Alright, let me double check. So it wants me to start descent. What are we at right now? And we're going to have about 15 minutes. 12 minutes. Alright, let me do some math real quick. What did he say? He said 1400. So that's 20,000 feet. In what I say, 12 minutes? Which is going to be about 1.6 feet, 1.6 thousand a minute. Alright, we will start descending. Alright. What did it say? It said 3008. 3008, yep. And let's see if we can get this to start moving. So that is at 1. Probably do it a little more. Ooh, that might be a little bit too far. Mateo, that might have been a little ambitious of you. So that right there is the descent. Descent tool. Right there seems to be okay. Maybe do a little one more click. There we go. Alright, we have begun the descent. I am going to get the rest of these pumps on, and then let's turn the cross speeds off. Hopefully this doesn't cause an issue. Mateo, you just killed your engines now. It doesn't look like it's causing any problems. The reason that that's going down is because we're descending now. So you sent some pictures? Alright. What hammer is it? Yeah, see. Oh, well. I mean, now that we're descending, it's not going to matter. It's like now it's doing it at the same. Alright. Alright. Well, unfortunately, what I wanted to do doesn't matter anymore. So let's start burning off 1 and 3, trying to get that back down. Because now that we're descending, it's even now. Did you see that? I turned English apparently. Did you see that? Yeah, do you see that? It's now burning. He's now burning evenly. Okay, apparently, I'm turning Italian.
Cincinnati traffic, Southern Air 305 at 25 miles northwest of the field at 10,000 feet. Descending to 6,000 feet, inbound to land runway at 36 right, Cincinnati.
So we got some traffic. Nice to hear some other people other than myself and the one controller that's online with us. I got distracted. I had to respond to a message. My bad. Whoa, that scared me. And Mateo, FS Hub is a little scary, isn't it? Yes, FS Hub is a little scary. We still have a tower controller online at KOWB, which is exactly where we're going. It's 8 p.m.? It is 8 p.m., yes.
Switching to traffic, Southern Air 305, 9,000 feet for 6,000 feet. 15 miles northwest of the field. Switching to CTAF frequency 118.3, Cincinnati.
He's recording everything he's doing. Perhaps that means that's what I need to do. Alright. So ILS... I wanna take a look at the taxi charts before we come into here. Yeah, so I'm landing runway 36. That's currently the planned runway, and I'm thinking we might. I don't know. Where are we gonna taxi to? Maybe here. Let me take a look at the airport. You think it's in service, by the way? You think you sent in the server? Wait, what? I may have missed that. Oh, nice. Why is it? Oh, it's darker for you because you're all the way on the west coast. Yeah, that's why it's so dark for you. You are in very dark territory. All right, I wanted to take a look at this airport. I had it open in the maps. I don't know. Do I want a taxi down there? No, that's just going to be that information. Reference tools. Okay. I guess we'll just taxi down here. Nah, it's earlier there. It's because you cheated. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. It would be darker here than it would be over there, wouldn't it? Yeah, Mateo's brain isn't working. Completely forgot. All right, I might kick that up a gear. There we go. 2,000 feet a minute. Let's go. In LA, it's 5 p.m. Yeah, it is. Yep. Squawk 2500. Vertical speed 2,000 feet. Arrival time 16 minutes. What is the approach altitude? 2,600. We'll set that to 2,500. Is that making a noise, by the way? Wait. Oh, it does. Listen to that. Who knew that? Even though there's no sign in here that actually says, like, is that what they call the eye drop thingy? The eye vent or whatever? The eyeball vent. Is that what they're considering the eyeball vent, maybe? Okay. Maybe that's what they're considering the eyeball vent. Yeah, maybe I'll just turn that on for the heck of it. You know what? Why don't we keep those on and see what they do? Can I figure out the info for this airport? What? Is there a way for me to figure out what runways they're using? Arriving. There's one pilot arriving. Excuse me. Info, yeah, blah, blah, blah. 1303. Oh, that's all. Okay. 30. All right. No. I'm reading the wrong. Mateo, you can't read that far. You need to pull this closer. There we go. That's why you have two monitors. All right. Just looking at ATC information. That's all I'm doing. No toms. Would it harm you, sir, to have a... No ATIS. Expect weather to be provided. Might be streaming. Oh, he's not streaming. This controller has a Twitch account, and he's not streaming? Is there a way for me to measure how far I'm away? Ooh, it looks like we're going in for 3.6. There's a guy that just took off. Wow, this Spiro wings. I don't think that's a Spiro wings. That's just kind of chilling, flying around in circles. Okay, good. So it's runway 26. That's actually really, really nice. Sorry, runway 36. Did I say 26? Cool, so we might actually have some other traffic here. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Oh, I wish I could move that. That isn't helpful to anybody's mother. That's not helpful to anybody. I don't know why I said that. Mateo, it's that time of the night. You feel weird? Send me a video if you want to see it. Okay, I will have a look at it. What? I wish I could. Oh, I know what I can do. Mateo, you totally forgot that you have this machine right here. How do I turn you on? There we go. 3008. 3008 checked. Do I want that? I might actually vector myself around. I might check it out after we finish landing. Yeah, so I'm thinking what I might do instead of going over the airport is I'm almost kind of thinking I wish that this was more easy to use. Yeah. It's going to have us fly right over the airfield. So I'm thinking maybe at like 4 move. I'm thinking maybe at 4 move we'll turn ourselves off to the left. Which I see. And we'll vector ourselves around. You know what? We're going to descend down to 10,000. No, Mateo, that's not how you descend. 10,000. I am going to move this to 250. All right, let's move that up. And I need to get the ILS frequency. 11.500. Wait, what did I say? 1115. 1115, that's already in. Cool. Don't need to put it in. I forgot that if you put it into here, it'll automatically go into here. So I think this is the only aircraft that has it like that. The only exception is if you're using the INS. The INS isn't smart enough to do that. That looked kind of nice. Aw, what a shame. We've descended a little too far down. What a shame. Alright, so it does say 2,500. What is the ceiling cover right now? Why is that like that? You know this is a terrible idea, but you don't fly 2025 with audio only sometimes because you just watch videos. Yeah, I sometimes do the same thing. Why do I feel like I'm pitched really high up? I'm a little disoriented in the clouds right now. All right, I might descend. Let's descend down to 8,000. Lights can go on, all the beautiful stuff can go on. How are we doing with fuel? Fuel is fine. We're gonna keep burning from the left and right tank for right now, at least until we get down to 3,900. Flight engineer has opened up the cooling doors, so that's excellent. Good to see. You're already down to 8,000? Okay. Right, so OWB has the tower. Right. Can you relax? Flaps 2. Alright, I need to get something real quick. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. All right, so at 4 move, we're going to turn to the left. And I'm kind of thinking, right there might be good. That right there is 200. Yeah, I think a 200 might be a nice one to go to. I'm going to descend down to 6,000. You know what? We can descend down to 5,000. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Who's going to land first? You or... I don't know. I'm only a couple minutes away. I have a bag sitting on my bed. Fall. I really want to go and fix it. I'm like, but if it falls, it has nothing in it. Man, look at this sun. Beautiful sun we got today. That right there could be a wallpaper. Yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna take that down to 200. How far are we from Formu? We're actually still a ways away, so you know what? Let's maintain that speed. Man, this guy, I don't even know what aircraft he's in. He's just been doing circuits around Owensboro. We got another guy coming in Cessna 152, it looks like. What's this guy in? I don't know what he's in, but look at this. He's literally just doing like a bunch of circuits around the airfield. It's kind of fun. Oh my gosh, that is, woo. That's just such a crisp image right there. It's great. We're still a little ways away from Formu. I literally thought we were going to be closer to it. Don't yet have the ILS frequency, so we don't need to worry about that just yet. Yeah, there's a part of me that's actually kind of wondering, maybe I should go even closer. Like maybe at Suco. We've got Suco right there. That might be a little bit too close. Okay, maybe we'll go to a little past Kilo Uniform Zulu 95. We'll just kind of like go here. Obviously I don't want to be like so far away that I don't capture that frequency. Because the moment that we go over to heading mode, I'm going to switch this to nav, and that way we can get the ILS. Oh, that guy went offline at the airport. Oh, we have an approach controller. Oh, shoot. Well, I might go up and maintain 6,000. We have an approach controller. Well, crap. Yeah, we have an approach controller. That's good to know. I'm glad I caught that. All right, maintain 6,000 for me, will you? There we go. All right, I'm going to take you down to 200. All right, where? All right, what is the guy's frequency? 124.025. Hard landing because you got distracted, plus autopilot did something dumb. Alright. I'm going to maintain 6,000. I'm going to see what this approach controller wants me to do. Alright, first time we're talking to an approach controller who's going to vector us in. You all ready for the scariness? And also, this is the first time that I'm landing at an airport with a tower controller, so... I'm kind of excited, but there's a part of me that's kind of freaked out. It's completely fine. Let's do this. I regret not maintaining 5,000. We're almost in the... Oh. What? Louisville approach just came online. If we were approaching Louisville, I would say let's go into Louisville. Who's this guy landing? KBNA? What's this dude doing? 1,000 feet flying over the airport. Oh, and now there is ATIS over at Louisville. Louisville Sandfield Airport. All right, I'm going to get on Evansville in just a minute. 124.025. We'll do that to 5. What is 5? 5 is 230. We can actually go to 15. That's 15. KBNA, okay, that's the guy going to KBNA. All right, let's talk to this tower controller in a minute. I wonder if he's gonna, like, tell me to contact him. All right, I'm gonna contact him. Evansville approach, Transauto 215 with you at 6,000.
Transauto 215, Evansville approach, hello, the Evansville altimeter 3008, squawk ident.
3008, squawk 2500, Transauto 215.
Transauto 215, squawk ident, please.
Oh. Is that not working? Why is that not working? Is that not working for him?
Transauto 215, you are radar contact about 15 miles east of the Elms Riviera, 6,000.
Transauto 215, roger. That was weird. I wonder why that wasn't working.
Transauto 215, you can expect vectors for the visual approach runway 36 at Elms, right?
Expect radar vectors for the visual approach runway 36, Transauto 215. Okay.
Transauto 215, turn left heading 200.
Left heading 200, Transauto 215. Come on, you want to turn. There we go. Don't mind Mateo being really stressed out. Woo. We got the ILS right there, so. All right, well, we're heading in. I'm trying to pay attention. This is the first time that I have a approach controller, so I should probably do that. I don't know, I guess anxiety, stress, scary Vatsim life. I'm gonna set that to this. I prefer this over this. I don't really need it anymore. I can already see what I'm doing here. All right. Now we're working our way in. How are we doing over here? Ooh. Yeah, that's bad. Second order do that. Okay, you're just straight up. All right, that's fine. That's what you want to do, flight engineer. That's what you're going to do.
Transauto 215, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, Transauto 215. Woo! Oh, that might be a little bit too quick. It's not descent, it's not nosediver, shall we? I'm thinking that's a little bit too quick. I don't want to like nosedive. There we go. I'm satisfied with that.
Transauto 215, turn right heading 270.
Right heading 270, Transauto 215. There we go. All right, turn right. Okay, this is it, in a minute. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll probably just park up here. I mean, unless he wants me to go somewhere else, but it's fine. I'm gonna slow it down. So I can kind of slow down a little bit. 180. 180, flaps 20. I think I want 180. And then that way we can start to slow down a little bit quicker and we don't have to like freak out, you know? Alright, flaps 25. Alright, maintaining 3,000.
Transauto 215, the Owensboro Airport's going to be your 2 o'clock, about 10 miles. Let me know once you get inside.
Field is inside Transauto 215.
Transauto 215, you're cleared for the visual approach. Runway 36, contact the Owensboro Tower at 120.7.
Over to tower on 120.7, Transauto 215. I should have said clear for the visual approach. Mateo, you made a mistake. Owensboro Tower, Transauto 215 with you for the visual approach, runway 36.
Transauto 215, Owensboro Tower, hello, runway 36, you're clear to land. The wind is 350 at 9.
Runway 36, clear to land, Transauto 215. I almost said the other call sign for a minute. That was a little scary, wasn't it? I almost said the other call sign. It's 2,500, isn't it? Yes, it is. Though I might descend down to 2,000. Oh my god. Whoa! Went down a little bit too quick. Jeez. Not what I intended. Alright, I'm going to take control. Bring this down to there. I see the runway off to the right. So. I'd like to climb a little bit. Can we maybe climb? I hate visual approaches. Why do we do visual approaches in the US? Like, I don't think, when I fly in Europe, I don't think I ever see one. is down. I'm going to speed it up just a hair because I feel like I'm a little slow. I feel a little sluggish at the moment.
Wide slope is alive.
All right, flaps 30, flaps 40. All right, I need to get down. Mateo, get down. Okay, well now that might be a little bit too low now. I'm just not going to talk. I'm going to focus. Oh, man. All right. Focusing. It's fine. Oh, man. All right. Speed brakes are alive. And we're down. I don't know why you want to come to a stop for a minute. I think we have a ground controller on now, don't we?
Transauto 215, sorry, contact ground point 7.
Over to ground on point 7. Transauto 215, that's fine. Ground, Transauto 215, requesting taxi to the ramp.
Transauto 215 on for ground, packet parked into the north or south ramp.
We'll take the north ramp.
Transauto 215, taxi ramp via Charlie.
Over to the ramp via Charlie, Transauto 215. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough space. I might be a little fat. I might be a little too big for this place. Alright, I'm going to use Might be a little fat for this place. Oh, Mateo, what were you thinking? All right, we're going to taxi down to here, and then we're going to pull into there. I think I'm going to have more space there. All right. All right, so there we go. First time. Now, that was a different guy. So this is the first time I've had an approach controller, a tower controller, and a ground controller. That's sweet. That's nice. I enjoyed that. See, this is literally what I need. Okay, maybe I will have space. It's going to be a wee bit tight for us here. This airport probably doesn't see 727 very much. Oh god. Alright. Well, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay. Oh, I don't know if I want to park right there. I don't know if I want to park right there. I still have navigation lights on, strobe lights are still on. Maybe I'll back up. I don't know if I want to... Mateo's struggling at the ramp. Mateo doesn't know what he's doing. Don't mind him. Alright. You know what? I'm just going to go here. Because I think there might be a scenery issue at this place. Alright. And I am going to go offline. Oh, I probably should have done. All right, I'm going to go offline here. You know what? No, I'm not going to worry about it. My landing rate was 480. That's not terrible. They're not yelling at me, so maybe we'll be fine here. All right, I'm going to go offline. Unfortunately, I have to go. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by, Mike. All right, I am now offline from Vatsim, so they don't have to see my big airplane in this little place. And you know what? We're just going to shut down right here. We're literally just going to shut down right here. That was the fastest shutdown I think I've ever done. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the stream. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. So that means next time we're going to have to fly somewhere busier. Because that would be fun. We'll have to take off from this place again. From Owensboro. So maybe that's what we'll do. With that being said, we're obviously way too big for this place. It's fine. It's fine. I wonder if they were like, they were in the tower, you know, and they were like, 727's going to try and fit there. See, I really should have gone down there. I really regret not doing that originally. I should have said south. My stress level said north. It's fine. It's fine. Live and learn. We'll just park the airplane down there next time. Anyways, with that said, this was Vatsim. I guess the cargo that we have on the aircraft's just going to stay in there until next time? I don't know. But anyways, with that said, have a good rest of your evening, and I will see everyone maybe tomorrow. Whew, that was fun.